congratulations. We spoke to you before the match. You told us about what it meant to potentially win an FA Cup final with Arsenal after 10 years at the club and first choice in this game today. Talk us through it. What was that like from your perspective?
Well, we started losing the game and everything against us.
You can both have a chat together, that's fine. Congratulations, Pierre, as well.
The best. It's him.
Emmy, tell us what it's like for you and for your family watching this game as well.
Wow. I can't really talk about it.
It's the best, my bro. Well done,
For those
well
that
done,
don't know, let me speak while you compose yourself, because I know you've had 6 loan clubs during your time at Arsenal. It's been a long fight for you to get in this side. A decade in its entirety to get here. You're chosen for the final, and now you and your family can celebrate winning this FA Cup, largely thanks to this man on your left-hand side. If you can put it into words, we'd love you to do it for
I
us.
said to him before the game, you're going to win us the game because you are captain, and he did it. And regarding my family, I can't talk about it. So.
Big respect for this man. Big respect.
Well, we'll try and let you gather your thoughts, but let's speak to Mr. Aubameyang here.
Thank you.
2 goals in the semi-final, 2 goals in the final. What is it about this competition?
Yeah, I think we enjoy today. We just enjoy, and we are all happy, as you see. Emmy's crying. That shows that he's really implicated in this game and in this trophy. So we are all happy.
What does this say about what your manager has done? After a difficult season, nobody's happy with the league position, and yet you have secured European football for next season with this win today.
Yes, I think he deserves this win. I think he did a great job, and we are all happy to have him on board, and we just follow him.
We know you've got to go. I've got 2 quick questions for you.
Yes.
Your second goal particular, great finish. Ian Wright was just behind the goal there. He loved it. I'm sure the Arsenal fans loved it watching as well.
Righty.
What was it like from your perspective?
Yeah, it was right in the 90s. No, I think Zuma know me well. I know I'm right-footed, but so that's why I said, okay, I go on the left, and yes, that's it.
Ian Wright's a big Arsenal fan. There's lots watching at home as well. They all want to know about your future. What can you tell us about you and Arsenal?
Nothing. Just today, trophy. That's
Enjoy
it.
the celebration. Thank you.
Let's have a look at the decision first and foremost. There's a bit of talk whether Azpilicueta should have been sent off.
Yeah, well, if it was outside, wouldn't it?
It's a brilliant run from Aubameyang, and then he did ever so well to get across him, to draw the foul. That's what you have to do as a forward. Go and make sure the defender commits himself, and he did that. Once he's got in front of him, that's exactly. Look, get your body across as he did, make him foul you as he did, and he gets the penalty. It was the correct decision.
I think it's the right decision, Ashley. All in all,
yeah, it's the right decision. But as Alan said, I think maybe Azpilicueta could have held him. Then when he gets into the box, you got to let him go and hope, that you get help from your goalkeeper. Yeah. But as soon as he was pulling on him, he's going to get in front of him. Clever striker work, and then
beautiful taken penalty.
Fantastic. Really, really cool, really calm. Obviously, if there's people in here, you can feel the pressure, but didn't feel any pressure there. He stroked.
Okay, we can hear from the Arsenal manager, Mikel Arteta. He's with Dan too.
Thank you, Gary. I'm sure everyone's interested in hearing what Mikel Arteta thinks about all that. We spoke to you beforehand. You won it as a captain. Now you've won it as a manager. Talk us through the game from your perspective.
Well, it was a difficult start when we conceded the goal so early. Sometimes you can go down, but if I know something about this group of players, that they weren't going to give up. They reacted straight away. Probably we played the best 30 minutes that we played since I arrived. We equalized, we got the goal, and then we generate belief. In the second half, we talked about that we were so close to winning this trophy. Everybody worked incredibly hard, so I am so proud to represent these players and this club.
And all the fans watching at home as well. You told them in the build-up to this match that it was important to you, as it was to them, to qualify for Europe, and you've done it now at Wembley in front of nobody, but they're all watching at home.
Yeah, but it's a double reward for us. It's really important for this club in every way to be in Europe. We've done it through this competition, winning it is part of our history. It's 14 now. I contributed, we all did it, so I am so happy.
And you've got a superstar striker in Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, 2 goals in the semi-final, 2 goals in the final. I don't want to put you on the spot here, but how important is he to the future of this club?
He knows what I think about him. I want to build a squad around him. I think he wants to stay. It's about getting the deal done, but I think moments that will help him to realize and to believe that we are in the right path, and he's a big part of it. He's loved by everybody at the club, so hopefully he can continue with us.
Do you think he will?
I think so, yes.
And the Community Shield is now 28 days away. You'll be back here at Wembley.
Give me a break. We played every 2.5 days. You can see the injuries that are happening during the games. The players were completely knackered. They made a massive effort to be through the coronavirus to get fit. And, you know, when you work so hard, at the end you get reward. So I'm really happy for them.
Well, enjoy a few days off. Congratulations.
Thank you
for
so
talking
much.
to us. Well
Thank
done,
you,
Mikel.
too. Thank you.
Yes, what a job he's done. The first Arsenal manager to win a major trophy in his first season in charge of the club since George Graham back in 1986-87. Let's have a look at Aubameyang's second goal. Beautiful finish, Alan.
Oh, it was magnificent. Look where he starts on the halfway line there. He can smell that he might be getting the opportunity. The ball falls to him, and then just watch the way he turns Zuma there. He sort of goes as if he's going to go to his right, then comes back. There you go, see you later. He knows the defender can't touch him. He's got him where he wants him. All that's required now is a magnificent finish, and he did that. Look how calm he is. He makes that look so easy. It's not, to control it, to come back inside and then dink it with that precision over the goalkeeper. World class.
What's your gut feeling, Ian, about whether he'll stay or not? It's interesting because he didn't really want to talk about it at all, the player, but the manager sounded quite confident that he would stay.
Yeah, I'm hoping that he's trying to keep his cards close to his chest, but obviously him and the manager have been speaking, and the manager, look as confident as he looks, may know obviously more than we know, but it seems to me that judging by Mikel Arteta's body language and the way he speaks, he believes he's going to stay. He said he wants to build a team around him, and I hope that happens.
Yeah, from a Chelsea perspective, they got off to a great start. It seems a long while ago now that, wasn't it, that Pulisic put them ahead. But he was probably the key, really, the sense that he scored, but also the injury as well.
Yeah, he was key for Chelsea in the way they played today, playing off Giroud, just getting in between lines, and that's a great finish. We didn't see it too much in the game, but when you're getting him in between the lines, Mason supporting through with Giroud, and then he goes off injured, I think Chelsea lost that impetus and that quality.
Yeah, here is that injury.
It's a great touch there through his legs with a nutmeg, and then he's driving with pace, and then I think he's pulled it before.
Yeah, we saw it grimace, didn't we? I don't know whether we could see that in the replay.
And he's carried on and took the shot, so you've got to give him credit for that, but yeah, it's very unfortunate now that he's
there, isn't it? Yeah, but he's brave to carry on.
Yeah, I mean, I've never seen that, because look, he's screaming now. If that's a hamstring, for him to carry on the same steps at that pace is unbelievable. Pain he must have been in there, but I really do feel for him, because he was causing a lot of problems.
Yeah, and I suppose any chance that Chelsea were likely to have went with Kovacic's second yellow card, which we felt was really hard.
It was very...
This is the first yellow, Ian.
Right, with that one, you know, he seems like he was stretching for me. He was stretching, so yes, you can see where you can get a yellow for that. But I just think that obviously the reaction of Xhaka doesn't help him there. But I just feel like the referee
is very close.
In that instant, why can't you just have a look? What are they looking at? Remember how many times they looked at that upstairs? You know.
Yeah, but they cannot interfere with the decision VAR if it's just a yellow card. So if it was a straight red, yes, but they can't. That's the guideline.
Well, it's a ridiculous rule in this particular instant, because for me that is not enough contact in that.
I don't disagree. I do not disagree.
A yellow card.
I think it's a terrible decision as well, and I don't think Xhaka's reaction to the tackle, the scream, the squeal helped the referee. He knows exactly what he's doing, and I thought it was an awful decision.
Yeah. The other decision we need to look at, because it wasn't overly shown during the game, was possible handball from Martinez. We think he stayed in. We think his body went out, but his hands stayed in. Let's have a look.
Unbelievable timing. Watch this. Watch. He's out there. Look. He's on the line. Look at that line. That is
tight.
Unbelievable.
That is tight.
Finite tight. His confidence is what I'm talking about. We're talking about his confidence for him to do that.
Yeah.
You know, but like I was really worried there, because I'm thinking he's going to go if that's outside, but it wasn't. It's great from him.
Yeah. He's still smiling, eh? yeah. So
delighted.
It really helps Arteta, doesn't it? It gives him the confidence of the players, it gives him the confidence of the board, it gives him the confidence of the fans. I think he already had it to a degree, though. But
but at the same time, the pressure on him to win this game, to try and get Arsenal back into Europe, with the squad and what he's had to do with that squad from Christmas to now, what Unai Emery left, And the way he's changed it around, he's got the guys on board with what they're doing. You can see how hard they're working. They're doing a lot more work without the ball, and they've got obviously a world-class striker, so that if they are resolute, they can get the win, and that's what they've done today. Now you just want him to get back, Tal.
And also, because of this win and because of them being in Europe, it also gives them a bigger transfer kitty, which is what he needs to get Arsenal anywhere near challenging to get into the top 4 next season.
What would be successful for them next season?
Well, he'll want to get in. He'll want to get in and around the top 4 next season. That's what he'll want to do.
That's possible with the squad he's got?
Not with the squad he's got. No, I don't. I think he'll need improvements to achieve that. But I think he'll get them, certainly on the back of this now as well.
It'll certainly help him, won't it, Ashley?
Yeah, I think they've got to back him. As Ian said and Al said, you've got to back him. He's done enough. You see the qualities he has. Yeah. So you've got to back him now and hopefully he can...
And lots of good young players as well, haven't he?
He's got the young ones.
Saka,
he's got the young ones coming through, but I still feel you need some experience.
Yeah.
You've got it, but I think if you want to keep Aubameyang, it's all good keeping youngsters, but you've got to bring some top names alongside him as well.
Yeah. And he'll be expecting that as well, Aubameyang.
Well, I think I'm sure it'll be one of his stipulations with him staying. He will want the kind of players around him that's going to create chances for him, who are going to have the same ambition as him, wanting to win things and wanting to win things with the club. That's what I would want to do if I'm staying.
But for Chelsea, it's a kind of a sad end to what's been a pretty impressive campaign considering everything.
Yeah, I mean they'll be sick, and rightly so, for a while, and Frank will be so disappointed because he had belief in this team. But when he thinks about it, it's still a very good achievement in getting into the top 4. As I said before the game, with what he's had to deal with this season and not being able to sign anyone, having get rid of his best player, giving his youth a chance, and put all that together, and the number of goals that they conceded as well to do that, and then still finish in the top 4. So it's still been a positive season for Frank and Chelsea.
Yeah, looking at the two squads as well, you'd actually say Chelsea are in better, even though they've lost today, perhaps in better shape going into next season than perhaps Arsenal.
Yeah, I would agree with that, but I still feel they need to add. They need to add. They need to make this, whether it is defenders, goalkeeper, they need to start adding personalities, leaders, because I think that's going to help.
Yeah, they've got a couple of big names coming in, haven't they? Ziyech and...
Well, Ziyech and Werner are 2 signings, but like I go with Ash. I think they do definitely need... I think the goalkeeper's a problem for them, the goalkeeper position and centre halves. They need that if they're going to challenge.
OK, let's hear from the Chelsea boss, Frank Lampard.
Thank you, Gary. Frank, thanks for coming to speak to us. It's never easy to lose a cup final, particularly one where you started so well.
Yeah, we started well for 10 or 15 minutes, score a goal, other chances, control the game. And we can only blame ourselves from that point in football terms, because we decided to take control, as in let's get complacent, let's take our time on the ball, let's try and play short passes like it's a bit of a stroll. A cup final can never be a stroll. We allow them back in the game, and then when it's like that, it's hard to get yourself back in the game. We did in the second half for big periods, but a lot of today was on us.
So what can you do to change that as a manager from the half, when you can sit from the sideline, when you can see that happening on the pitch?
Shout, try and explain, but there are things that are hard to do. There are some elements in our game that we've worked hard on all year, and but some bits are a little bit in you as a group, and we have that in us. We control games. You come here, Manchester United 2 weeks ago, fantastic, moved the ball, hit the sides, have a threat behind. Today we were slow, played back on ourselves, invited pressure, didn't really know where to go from that, and we didn't perform well enough to win a final.
I've got to ask you about some of the injuries as well. Azpilicueta, Pulisic, Pedro. How does that get you ready now for a big game next weekend as well for Chelsea?
I'm not even thinking too much about that yet, but for the game it was, it all came together for us today, didn't it? We were below par after the start.
Bob, thanks for talking to us. Congratulations. Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang's had an amazing game, 2 goals, but he did drop the FA Cup. What was going on there?
I don't know. I seen him walking over the bottom bit attached, and I'm like, you take that off, like. But I think it's the trend now, isn't it, for everyone dropping the trophies? It seems to happen every year now, but yeah.
Talk us through the game, because were you worried when Chelsea took the lead and you had to drive back into that match? Did you panic at all?
No panic, still plenty of time for the game, but yeah, it wasn't the way we planned on starting it. They just caught us a bit flat-footed and took us a bit to get used to how they were playing, and like they love a little flick around the corner into Ollie, and he sets and they spin around, so there's a lot of runners around you, so it took a bit to get used to that. But then once we got it settled, I think we grew into the first half and sort of had the better of that half, and then got Oba again just on the break. He seems to do it every game. He's our talisman and he's led us through the season, really.
And what's it like to play in a cup final with an empty Wembley all around you, knowing that there's thousands and thousands of Arsenal fans watching at home, celebrating a 14th FA Cup now?
Yeah, 14's crazy. I mean, it's my second in 4 years, which when I joined, I'd have took that straight away. I saw on Twitter like the Arsenal were retweeting all like the fans setups in the gardens and all the chairs socially distanced and stuff. So as long as they enjoyed it and we managed to get the trophy for them to sort of give them 3 weeks of happiness before we get back in for pre-season.
You're back here in 28 days now for the Community Shield.
Yeah, again, yeah.
One final question. Could you hear Ian Wright shouting "man on" during the match?
Yeah, I was in the first half and I was in the bottom corner. He was going, tackle, tackle, tackle. And I was looking up and I seen it was right and I thought...
Go and get in there for the photo, Rob. Congratulations. See you later.